Hello there, magic monsters. Welcome to the stream. I don't know about you, but UFOs, right? Am I right or am I right? I'm right. I don't have the audio on because I don't know if that would do something issue-ish here, but I have to say this UFO stuff pretty compelling. And this is an espresso martini. Espresso martinis is espresso booze mixed with vodka booze. Hoping that tonight I might hang out with some friends. Maybe not, though. It's late. It will be late. It's not late yet. Hello, the bull. Welcome to the stream. Hell, friends. I didn't even read hell. I just read hello. My brain fixes. I think I had a dream the other night about somebody quizzing me on reading something, and then I chose the thing, and they were like, "Oh, you got the right answer because you chose the one without all the mistakes." And then I realized that there were all these mistakes in the other ones. I was like, "Oh no." Well, see, you're one of the few people who will remember cocktail encoding, and remember, it's cocktails first, coffee and cocktails before coding. I think, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was. You're one of the few people who would remember that because I haven't done it for a while, but it's Saturday night. I had coffee earlier. Actually, I had coffee late in the day. It was earlier, but it was late in the day. And I decided to have a beverage. For the past few streams, I've been going through the Discord and going through the questions and stuff. He thinks it's a fake video. Maybe not. Maybe. But Marines at the base have said, or at least one Marine at the base said it was real. So, yeah. And so I've been going through the support, and I also, though, want to go through my projectile power thing, but the support is important. So I'm going to hopefully quickly start with this. The patch works. Excellent. That's the type of thing I like to hear. Okay, there you go. Taught a guy how to remove animation events. How exciting. Proficiency on condition does not seem to work. All right, Chris Baker. I am adding a condition to my actor to modify the dodge speed and movement speed. That seems logical. If I enter negative 50 for the value, then when I look at the final value, it will subtract 50 from the stat as expected. But if I want the stat to get divided by 2, the condition on my actor, I can see it in the inspector, but the stats do not change. I'm entering negative 0.5 in the proficiency. If I debug the final value, it doesn't change. Interesting. So let's see these screenshots here. What are we looking at? We are looking at a movement speed. It can be modified. The value is 0. So 0 times 0 will be 0. That's an important bit. Keep that in mind. 0 times anything will be 0. All right. So movement speed, dodge speed, proficiency. So now when you have the condition movement speed slowed, the movement speed and dodge speed will both be reduced by 50%. Okay. And then we have here movement speed slowed also for 5 minutes. Oh, it lasts for 5 minutes. Okay, that's fine. 5 in-game minutes. And then this is dodge speed, also 0. At Chris. My first thought is to debug.log the 4 values of the movement speed stat. Points, what are the value, proficiency, and final value. Proficiency, everything appears to be set up, but keep in mind if the value of the stat points plus value plus base value equals 0, then the final value will always be 0. So not sure if you're saying that value elsewhere, but the debugs should show any change, and perhaps at the same time do a debug to confirm the condition is active in the actor. Let me know. Okay, we'll see. Hopefully that will work. Possible demo error. A possible demo error. We'll see. I have had this appear in the editor after reopening. I have no idea what that is. I don't think... Is this an issue? This sounds like an error that can be cleared and won't cause any issues. Have anyone seen any issues caused by this? I don't know what it, because I don't know. Whoop! I'm not yelling it. I don't know what the error actually means, but it looks like a random Unity error. Okay, Infinity support, shader for hair pack. Thanks, I found the shader. Okay, excellent. Got to work again. I like that. Audio clip combiner. Oh, okay. This one's a tough one. He also left me a bad review on not the audio clip combiner. He left a bad review on the sound package. What is this? Ooh, somebody liked me on a dating website. Interesting. I'm going to be wearing glasses soon, by the way. Just so you all know. I went to the glasses store, Costco yesterday. So this is, I need to dive deeper into this. He's got these audio clips that he's trying to combine, but they're different frequencies. Is that the right? They're 48,000 hertz instead of 44,000 hertz. So I need to try to reproduce the error. I'm going to mark this as unread because I don't want to do that right now. He also left me a bad review. I don't like that. Like, work with me a little bit, you know? Yeah, this one crops from time to time. It basically means the position of the vertex is lost, so it goes to 0, 0, 0. That's that. All right, a general. What is this? Today at 6:40. This was just a minute ago. Stream mode. I've seen a lot of strange shit in my life. By the way, hi Jason. This is a swearing show, so you might hear the word fuck. Just fair warning. Yep. Yes, a perfectly good explanation will be interdimensional beings. Yes. I always want my package to get a good review. Make sure I max out the size of the package, just the full 6 gigabytes. Sometimes I sneak a little bit over that because it's not a hard cap, it turns out. But the audio package is quite big. Okay, that's enough of that conversation. Let's go into this projectile thing because I have been way too addicted to Civilization 6. And I'll tell you what definition of addiction, if I understand correctly, is when it negatively affects your life. So I say when it negatively affects my making game stuff, then it's an addiction. And, well, that's it. That's it. That's the way it is. So here's I can't remember where I let off last time, but let's check out the demo because there's some cool stuff here. Okay, so you got this blue guy, And he goes up, down, right, all right. The camera doesn't move, but he moves and he rotates towards where your mouse is. Now we can fire this. So there's some debugs here doing all this stuff. This is a magic missile. So it's got various different logics on it. We can also tilt the gun up and tilt the gun down. You can fire a whole lot and all that stuff. Okay, so now where is our magic missile, you might ask? Well, that's going to be in our projectiles right here. Magic, no, where is it? Data objects, projectiles. I just clicked the wrong thing. Magic missile. Here it is. And so for those of you who have seen this one before, oh, by the way, if my it's raining, so my internet might be shit. So if I cut out, I apologize in advance, but them's the breaks. That's right, the bull. You did start with a strong hell. But is hell really a swear word? Like, I don't think is that a swear word? When I was a kid, I couldn't say suck. Suck was a swear word. Now my mom swears. She didn't swear. She was a nun before she had me, not during. But she swears and she does more drugs than me because marijuana is legal now, but at least here. Not federally, just the state, but I don't like it. And my mom uses it to fall asleep. Gummies. Who would have thought, right? Anyways, so these are the things: spawn behaviors, one shot, movement behavior, home in on target, collision behavior. And you can click on all these and see what the details are. So we got home in on target, rotation speed, max rotation, angle, stuff like that, move forward. And then we can change this. Oh, we can show the trajectory too. Apparently I have a message for myself saying here. Oh yeah, this trajectory will show when it gets close and fade when it gets farther. And then we have this forward missile, again, a trajectory. This one just goes pew 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 pew. Trajectory is just this little laser thing. Oop, I missed. Then we got the fireball. This trajectory hits the walls or the target, and it turns red when it hits a target. But doesn't really matter. I guess it goes forward. Oh yeah, I need to do the changing of the making sure the explosion or making the projectile go away. Either way, this wiggles as it goes forward. All right, that's fun. Trajectory is off. Trajectory is on. We have a fireball ×5, same trajectory, but this one we get 5 fireballs shooting out, and they all wiggle. So that's fun. And then we get a 10-ball shooter. Ooh, we have a null reference exception. Why do we have a null reference exception? Embarrassing. But so this whole stream is part of this stream is really just to get me back into freaking not playing Civilization. I was playing it like not 40 minutes ago, and then I got a notice saying my stupid Apple mouse was running out of battery, so I had to charge it. So I took that opportunity to fold some laundry while my mouse charged. Oh, and reinstall GitHub Copilot, because last time I was coding, I missed it, and the writer auto suggestions just isn't sufficient for me. All right, what is this? 131. Projectile spawner. So apparently the spawner maybe disappeared. Method to provide a start position for each projectile based on the offsets. Why is this? Let's see. So it doesn't happen when I've. So if I do this and then do that, it's not happening. So I don't know what the deal is. All right, but this is a 10-ball shooter. 1, 2, 3. I think I was playing with. I was thinking about bullet hell games like 1942 and other modern games that are not 1942. And I was thinking, how can I make it so that you can just have a thing that just does stuff and you don't really have to call it. You just call it once or whatever, right? Set it and forget it type of stuff. And so this 10-ball shooter is what I was working on last. And this one has, so it's got, what we got here? We have the spawn behavior is 10 shots. And so number of projectiles, 10. multi-shot behavior, stop active shot. So that I add these so that you can, well, I'll press play here. We'll go to that. So that it will stop the active shot if you, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do that. Click it again, 1, 2, 3. It stops the active shot, but you can also block it or have it allowed. Of course, if you do it allowed, then you can just do, well, I guess I have to restart, but it would be crazy, right? All right. Then delay before first of a projectile, delay between projectiles. If we set this to 0 and press play, then all of a sudden they all go at once, which might be exactly what you want. Yes, I liked Civ 5 more too, Jeff. I think about, I don't play it anymore, but I remember when Civ 6 came out, not really playing it all for a little bit because I just didn't like the artwork, and I didn't like the whole worker thing, and I didn't really get the districts because I don't think Civ 5 had districts. Now I like it, but I really hope that Civ 7, which I hear they're working on, I really hope that Civ 7 is on a globe. That's the one thing I don't like, is that it's not on a globe. You know, I'm cool with flat maps too, but I would love to see an actual globe. And that, you know, you when you get some early tech like mathematics, you start figuring out the size of the globe, so you can get a sense early on of how big the world is. And since that's when people did figure out the size of the Earth. So anyways, if you can do that, but I liked having the delay, but you don't have to have a delay. You can position the offset forward from the spawn position. Well, you can do a forward offset and also a positional offset. You've got spread options, starting angle. So that's going to be forward is 0. And then the spread angle. So if we make this is currently 180 total, so it's 90 degrees X and Y. So if we make it 180, then we can go, whoops, wrong one. Oh, maybe it's not X and Y. So if we go 360, oh, now we have, this one doesn't update because it creates an instance. So it doesn't, you have to update the instance at runtime, not the main one. But it's hitting himself. So now we have to, if you run into that situation where they hit themselves, do an offset, so they don't hit themselves. They're still hitting themselves, but you see the offset there. Anyways, that's that. So 90 was good there. Spread angle Y. Ooh, I was working on this too. Does this work? I can't remember. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does. So there you go. So now the spread angle Y. So if we make the spread angle on X 0 and Y say 45, then see, it goes up to down. That's nice, right? So you can do stuff like that. I think most common is going to be horizontal, but whatever. Spread pattern. What did I say spread pattern was? Determine the horizontal spread pattern. If start angle is 0, shots will forward from start angle X. Based on start angle X, mix this with spread pattern for various effects. I don't know if this is set done yet. I don't think it is. Random intervals, negative to positive, positive to negative, or random. I don't think I did any of this because that didn't look random to me. Update angle with spawner rotation. This is when through the projectile spawner rotates, the angle of fire will be updated to match the rotation. Can you stop mid-spawning? When true, spawning will be stopped by the stop false method. If you want the spawner to always emit the full number of particles, set this to false. If you want the spawning to stop, such as when the player takes their finger off the trigger, keep this true. Spawning will stop if the spawner is destroyed or disabled. Stop on spawner destroy. All right, so that's kind of could be wrong, I guess, if you set that false, right? Repeat count. I believe yes. If you set -1, then it repeats forever. So that means if we do set this to -1, you could have a fixed gun emplacement or something like that, right? And then just at launch, just say set it, and now it just goes forever. It's never going to stop until the thing gets destroyed. So you don't have to do anything else. The system does it for you. Isn't that nice? I think so. Then you have a delay between the repeats. So you can do multiple. If you have this to be 0, then then it just goes immediate. But you have a delay here, so if we set both of those to 0, what happens? Probably chaos ensues. Yeah, all 3 happen at once. There's a 1 frame delay, it looks like. So that speed right there, that distance is just 1 frame. Ooh, I wonder, can we break it? So if I set this to infinite and no delay, I believe I did code something to keep it from, yeah. So I think I made it so that you couldn't get an infinite loop. So if both delays are 0, then there is still a delay, and you can see that here. There is still a delay. It's just 1/10 of a second or something. If you have this set to 0.001 to just be really small, what happens? Can we break it again? So there you go. So you can make it, default will be 0.1. So there's no infinite loop because we don't want that. But if you set it to something really small, then you'll get essentially 1 frame, 1 shot per frame. You might not really want that because your frame rate dependency stuff matters, perhaps. But what was it? 0.02, 0.2, maybe it was 0.2, and then this was 0.05. Where's the delay between projectiles? 0.05. And there's a delay between first projectile, so if I set that to 1, I believe that means that only the first one will be delayed by 1. There it is. Oh, so they'll all be delayed by 1. Do we want that to happen? Delay before first projectile. Yeah. We'll keep it as that. Yeah. Okay. And then pre-launch trajectory override. What are the options here? So, did I set this up yet? Show trajectory per projectile. When populated, this trajectory will be used pre-launch rather than the trajectory on the projectile. Used for situations where there are multiple projectiles being launched to display the correct trajectories. Generally, the trajectory on the projectile will assume only 1 projectile is spawned. Show trajectory per projectile. Pre-launch trajectory. I'm not sure exactly how I'm using that, but we have all sorts of things: trajectory behaviors, visual effects behavior. This is the fireball. So you can basically have the exact same projectile, just change the visual effect, and suddenly it will look different. My stream is very delayed. I'm gonna reload my YouTube. I'm very delayed from myself. Oh, now I'm seeing an ad. Skip that shit. Alright. Maybe I'm a little bit caught up now. I need to get back to the artlist.io people. They keep flagging my streams, even though I have license. They've even confirmed I have license, but now I need to send them some information about quote unquote who reported the streams, because apparently they have multiple things, and it's really annoying. It's like, dude, I paid money. I paid money. Do your part. I wonder how many people are getting demonetized and just not worrying about it because they're like, whatever. And so they're making even more money when they shouldn't be. But whatever. Okay. So I think where I left off, because I do remember on this 10 ball shooter, 10 shots rather, on 10 shots, having a pain in the butt to do the angle, the Y angle spread angle. And I don't think I ever got to the spread pattern. So this is going to be in the spawn behavior. And in our spawn scripts, spawn behavior. Hey, I don't have a folder for this. Let's create one. Spawn behavior. Is it going to be behavior or behavior? I'm going to say behavior. So we're going to say destroy behavior. Where was that? Spawn behavior. Wave movement, spawn, homie movement. So this is our spawn behavior script. Class. I need to remember my mute button on this can be separate from the mic. I pushed the button that did all mute. I should have only muted the mic. Oh well. You know, Jeff. I hope there's mods for post-apocalyptic. The artwork on Civ 6, there's a mod to replace it with Civ 5 artwork. So you can do that if you want. It's the mods that get me, because after a while I do get bored of them, right? I do the things and I get bored, but then the mods come and I'm like, ooh, here's a new angle. And a lot of the mods basically are cheats. Like the one I've been playing recently allows you to choose a second ability. So you can also choose. I know. See, I'm full of good information here. Steam. You can see I'm procrastinating. I'm procrastinating doing this whole randomization mumbo jumbo. Let's see. Community. Workshop. And how do you find a game? Civilization 6. Search. Is it just being slow? Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Search. Aha. What mods do I have? Is there a way to show? See how slow it is? It's my internet. Just the ones that I have. Subscribed items. Okay. Let me tell you which ones I like. I'm working on a projectile system. Oh no, Jason and I think both Jasons are here, and now I'm procrastinating. How embarrassing. Okay, I'll quickly show you, Jeff, which ones I like. Choose second ability. This one's basically a cheat. You can double up your ability too, and that's crazy, especially you play as Canada. It makes so you can't buy Tundra and Snow anymore for some reason. It's just a bug of the quirk of the mod, but it doubles up your ability, which is pretty strong. Civilizations expanded. I like the capture unique improvements. I think natural wonder spawn control. You can get more natural wonders. The diplomacy ribbon's nice. Better report screen. Extended policy cards is good. Colorized historic moments. No issue there. Detailed map tax is okay. I think this one's good. Miscellaneous star saying, I don't know if I use that. Hence, mod manager is good if you're using mods. Somewhere in here there is one that gives you Civ 5 graphics, basically. Enhanced camera I like. You can zoom in more and zoom out more. Very good there. Quick deals. Number 1. Yeah, I use quick deals. Because trading with the AI is so freaking annoying. It takes so much time. Quick deals is the way to go. Late in the game, I just don't trade until every 30 turns, so I only have to do it once every 30 turns. Religion expanded is good. Graphs is okay if you like graphs. I don't think I've used that. Some of them might have issues. I like this new Swish whatever castle. Anyways, I'm working on a projectile system. Working on not working. I have no idea what UEVR is. All right. So let's do the fucking thing. Sorry if there's kids watching. Wyman. But as I said earlier, this show has swearing in it. Not Discord. What am I looking at? See, I moved this button, this tab. It was over here, and now I moved it over here, which is more logical because it's next to Unity. But I always go over here and click Discord instead. All right. Random. So when we look at our spawn behavior and our 10 shots, we have spread pattern. So this is our spread pattern, random intervals. What is the difference between these? What's random intervals? Always randomly chosen. Could be the same over and over, though that's rare. Right? Rare. Random intervals. What does that mean? Randomly chosen, but will... I think it means that if you got 10 shots, then all 10 positions will be used before it repeats. Use all potential positions before repeating. Not really spread rotations, I guess. It's rotations. So often this means left to right, and then often this means right to left. All right. So this is our spread pattern. We got our tooltip. Why do we differentiate between... Oh, we differentiate between left and right because you can have spread angle. So if it's 0, then it's all, and if it's not 0, then it's not all. Okay. That's weird. MRIs. Torn ligaments. Yeah. Those damn ligaments. You're gonna have to travel to the Caribbean and get a the blood of young people injected into you like the rich people do, like in the TV shows Silicon Valley. Okay. So where do we use this? Nowhere, right? Okay. So in the launch, we do, what do we do? If we're spine, stop troop, launch coroutine is null, debug, okay. Start coroutine, launch projectiles. We have a coroutine manager because these are scriptable objects, so they can't start they can have coroutines, but they can't start a coroutine. So we have a coroutine manager, singleton, in order to simply start a coroutine. Fancy pants right there. Launch projectile. So this is the thing. What are we doing during this? We're spawning. Repetition count is starting at 0. We set the projectile spawner to the spawner that we've passed in case it's changed, I suppose. Delay before we wait. So this is going to be note to future Andrew. If we want to have an option to only delay before the first projectile, then update this line here. Booyah. All right. Repeat count equals -1. So this is the infinite loop protection right here. In infinite loop protection, we can actually lower this to maybe 0.05. Most games will be 20 FPS minimum, so that's probably okay, right? Projectile stuff. Projectile vomiting. That's where I should have a projectile vomit option or demo for projectile vomiting. And then delay between repetition wait equals new. Wait for seconds. You know, this one thing I learned from the AI is that was it the AI or was it Story? At this point, I don't know if I learned this from Story or the AI, Not because they are the same thing, and it's possible that Jason Storey is a robot who is an AI very advanced from the aliens, or it's because it's been a few weeks and I just can't remember. And I learned stuff from both of them. That you can save a wait for seconds. I'm not sure what this is called. What is this called? A delay execution thing. I don't know what wait for seconds is called. This method, I guess it's a method, right? Anyways, you can save this as a thing, and then you can just return that. And apparently, it's just a little bit more efficient. So there you go. So we're going to yield for that, and then Euler spawn Euler. So I think what I need to do is bring some of this out of this coroutine, because it's already quite large. It's 175 down to all the way to, it's 75 lines long. I've uncommented out that, so I'm probably, so what, oh yeah, okay, so I moved the current angles up there, and look, I've already done some determine angle X, determine angle Y. Okay, so this is what we're going to do here. Determine angle X and determine angle Y. Now these are repeating, or they're not really repeating, are they? Because, well, okay, because, wait a minute. If update, then that, or that. Shouldn't these be the same thing? Because of rotation, if I rotate left, up, and down, then I would need to change that. Because what happens right now? Let's look at this actually. All right, we're gonna do a 0 here and a 90 here. That way we can see a Y up and down angle. Removes an allocation. You're allocating something to probably to memory, I suppose. Okay, so we see that there. It goes up and down at 90, and we're infinite. Let me turn that off. Sorry. We're going to repeat 3 times and then press play again. I don't want it to be infinite. Not for this. All right. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I go up here, we get 1, 2, 3. Now, what I want to see is that as we go down, it rotates with it. And it does appear to be doing that. Actually, maybe we do want it to be infinite now. And we'll make this 45. Actually, let's make it 30. That way we can really see any changes. 90 was pretty big here. All right, so if we go up, we get that look there. And then if we go down, is it? Yeah, it's moving its angles, right? Yeah, because we're hitting the ground more often. I can't tell. Oops. All right, so if I angle it up to be center, then it does look like it's going up to down. If I go down here, it doesn't appear to be going down, right? It's only up. Yeah, so it's not, okay. So we're going to use some AI magic here because, see, I did it again. Because if you look at this, so these are very similar. Determine angle X, determine angle Y. Very similar things. Often that leads me to think they should be the same thing with maybe a Boolean difference or something like that. The difference as of now is the big difference is this whole if update angle with rotation thing. But this one doesn't have it. Well, it has this. Make sure I actually had that checked. Okay, so it had this. If we're not or spread angle Y equals 0, then we're just going to return the current angle. Else, debug.log, computing angle with rotation. So I'm just going to check to make sure this is actually happening because I'm not convinced that is. All right, it is. All right, that's good. Okay, so it is. So I see X rotation here. Oh. Determine angle Y, up, down. Why are we... I hate angles and in trigonometry and all that. So why are we doing the opposite angle? Okay, well, let's assume this is right. Current angle Y plus equals X rotation. And then what is X rotation? Euler angles X. Okay. So that should be around the circle and their X for some reason. And then current angle Y plus equals X rotation. Why would that matter? Current spawner rotation is X rotation. Current angle Y is current spawner rotation, there, plus the last rotation. Debug.log. So I'm going to slow this down a little bit for human times here. We're going to put a delay between projectiles of say 3.3, so we'll get 3 a second. That way we can see our debugs more clearly. So current angle is going to be the same regardless if I move. So current angle is... That was weird. Look at that. It's doing some odd left and right angles. Maybe that's part of the issue here. If we go up, so our current angle is always negative 3.3. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is ask the AI. Let's just see what happens. We're going to say this is meant if update angle with spawner rotation is true to make sure that as the spawner rotation moves up down in the Y space, the angle is compensated by that amount. I'm not sure if it's working right. I like to say I'm not sure if it's working right and then go from there, right? Oh, I went to Costco Tech Dave and I said, I've never done this before. Can you... Oh, my internet might be crapping out, by the way. And I said to the Costco guy, just let me know what the process is. So now I know the process. I've got a ton of photos on my phone of myself with different glasses on. I sent it to my lady friends, and all they did was send me back photos of Ryan Reynolds and Paul Rudd and other famous actors that I don't really look like, but I like to say I look like in front of girls who think they're attractive. And so now I still need to figure out which frames I want. I'll probably go through Costco, although I've got some VSP insurance thing that I was smart enough to sign up for in November. So I don't know. And then I'm supposed to choose bifocals or progressive. And the guy was like, if you choose bifocals, there's a line, which I guess is a bad thing. But then if you choose progressive, there's no line, but then you can't look at things from the side or something. It sounds annoying. And people are going to call me Four Eyes. Nobody's going to call me Four Eyes. Makes sense, Jason. The Unity. Ooh. Okay, from your explanation of viewing your code, what this method does is that first determines the y angle by subtracting half the spread angle. Yep. If that is false, yep, that's correct. If update angle is true and spread angle y is not 0, it means that y angle will be updated and just according to the rotation of the spine. In this case, that's x rotation. If you're unsure whether working, you're not helpful today, AI. I think it's not working. I think this is supposed to be y rotation. First of all, so we're going to make this y rotation, and then we're going to see what we're passing in here. It's weird to me that I was passing in the opposite, you know? So I'm going to pass in y, and we're going to see if suddenly it magically works. I think I do it somewhere else here too, right? Yeah. So let's pass in y. Again, I don't know why I did the opposites. I don't know. Glasses are weird. All right. Oops, wrong one. So now it's just going down. So that clearly isn't working. But current angle did change. Why would I be using X rotation instead of Y rotation? So why isn't this working now? Why is it worse? I guess is the real question. So here I am. I'm now current angle Y is not changing, but it is when I do this. Okay, so maybe that's why. Maybe the Y is actually the X. That could be it. That could be it. So let's undo some stuff. Not that much stuff. And what we're going to do is say debug.log X rotation is X rotation. And let's just see if that's the case. It could be that for whatever reason, my understanding of rotations is such. X rotation is whatever negative something. It's going down, and X rotation is now something else that doesn't really appear to be changing at all. Strange, but it does when I do this. I don't freaking know. Okay. Make this a little bit faster, a little bit narrower. Just I'm trying to visualize this properly. It doesn't appear to be going above the spawn angle here, yet here it is going above this, and that's why I'm thinking, okay, it's not actually doing it properly. Let's walk through it again. Let's just go one step at a time here. All right. So the current angle is, we're going to add the X rotation, but that's essentially 0 as we've been seeing here. X rotation is basically 0. I mean, it's not basically 0. It's changing, but it's not a huge change. You know, we're not going up and down as much as we actually are going up and down. For whatever reason. And then current spawner rotation is that, and we're going to go current angle last rotation equals that. Current angle. So we're passing as reference back our last rotation to our current angle Y. We're adding to our current angle Y our current spawner rotation minus the last. My parents had the automatic sunglasses ones. I thought that was pretty cool technology. Probably derived from aliens and UFOs. Almost certainly. Yeah, I think... How is this working? Okay, the X, which is working. Let's just before I say it is working, let's make sure we agree that it is working. See, it is working. So as I move, it moves. Okay. As I move, it moves. You know what we could do? Let's do zero delay between projectiles. So now you can see it more clearly. As I move, it moves. Now. Yeah, it looks to be 45 degrees each side of the shooter. All right, so now if I do, whoops, oh God, what am I doing? I'm clicking things. So now we do 0, we do 20 there. Now let's do the spread on here, and we can see the spread as I go up and I go down. The projectiles are not changing their destination, it looks like. A little bit. They are a little bit. But when I'm up here, they really don't appear to be... Like, they're going mostly down, right? This is why I don't think it's working. All right. I keep clicking that button. One day my brain will learn. All right, so that implies that we need to somehow make this version look like this version. All right, current angle. So we're gonna do it from scratch here. Current angle is gonna be start angle Y, spread angle Y, adjustment angle Y, and current angle plus equals, instead of Y rotation, we're gonna do X rotation. All right, and then let's copy the rest of this here, and then we're going to do, if we're updating, then we're going to do spawn rotation plus or equals Y rotation, last rotation Y, and it equals current spawner rotation, current angle. All right, maybe that will work. We haven't gone into pooling yet. I haven't added any pooling to this as of yet. That'll be in the future. I'm just working on behaviors now. Is this... Doesn't... It now appears to be working. Is that right? Would everyone agree? It appears to be working. It's hard to tell. But it does appear to be different now. As I go down the... Well, no, the trajectories are still going up here. And if I go up, They go up a little bit, but really not that much. How about spread angle 0 or 1? So it should be essentially a straight line. Ah, okay. This is a good way to test. They are certainly not doing it right. Okay. Okay, that was a good change, and we can replicate this on the X. You can see if I change quickly, rotate as it's going, then you get that little bit of a difference. But otherwise, they go. And when I go up here, oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, the issue might not be actually the code at all. The code might be working. The issue could be that they are not looking at the right position. I freaking did it again. So when we determine, after we determine the angle, and we actually instantiate the projectile, or in the future we'll do pooling. So to do pooling. This is the rotation right here. Current angle X, current angle Y. When we launch, we have to look at our we set target to that. All right, and that's only, and then the movement is just going to be straight. So let's just confirm 10 shots. Our projectile self, 10 ball shooter, our movement is move forward. So it should just move forward from where it's facing. The problem is that when it's launched, the rotation is not doing it right. So this is the line, perhaps. Debug.log spawning at rotation current angle Y and current angle X. Again, I think they just must be somehow inverted. That's why we're doing YX. I don't know. Ooh. Sorry, everybody, I hit the microphone. Oh, the goal is to make it work. The goal is that as the barrel of the gun goes up, that the projectile goes out. And if we go to our forward missile, this was working before. Oh my gosh. Well, let's get this one working first. Okay, so we see the Y is not really moving much as we go. It's -7. It's still -7. So the Y is not the second value, which is the Y, current angle Y, is not changing much. And then we invert that for the spawning at rotation. Launch position. Let's try something. Let's do an offset because it says return if the offset is 0. So I'm going to do an offset of 2 on the Y. So it's going to spawn above the head, above the... Oh, wrong one. Well, let's just see if what happens. No, okay, so it's still going forward, but I don't want that one. I want the forward one. Okay. Oh, I changed this. I'm working on the forward one now. So this is going to be one shot. So let's do that. Okay. There we go. So. All right. And the reason I did that was because I'm returning, if these are both 0, I'm returning the spawn position, launch position. But here, I am adding a rotation for some reason. But I don't think... This is the launch position, so I don't think I need to add this here at all, right? So... Oh, God damn it. So what we're going to do is just remove it. Wait, why are we... Spawn position plus... Oh, no, we do need that. So this is like if we're... Okay, I was testing the wrong thing here. Let's spawn this forward to... and then, in theory, this should make sure that it's always forward based on the rotation. Now, it's not working. Let's see, make this a little smaller. We're going to do 0.5. Okay, so it's working on the spawn. We see it's 0.5, but it's based on the rotation of the barrel. The spawn position is the tip of the barrel. Okay, so that part is working. That's expected. This is fine. I did it again. One day, my brain will figure it out. Okay, so that part's fine. It's this part. I hate geometry. Magic Pigs Battle Royale. Nope, just a projectile spawning system. It's a good question. Am I using the rotation of the spawn point or the rotation of the arm? Spawner Euler angles. Projectile spawner, rotating transform, Euler angles. Debug.log. Spawner Euler. What is it? Euler? Euler angles? Spawner. So 0079 as I go here. See, this is why as I rotate left and right, the actual angles are on the Y are changing. So that's a thing. All right, so now spawner Euler angles keeps changing. So, and there we so they are changing, but it's a no, it's not, is it? let me get rid of this collider wall segment stuff. That I think is clouding the. Okay, and then I will do the right one. We were testing a forward missile. Okay, spawning angle 0, 0, 0, and 76. 0, 0, 76. So you may be onto something. Who said that? Tech Dave 99. Tech Dave 99. Why is 99.99? Were you born in 1999? Or was 1999 a very positive year for you or something? Asking for a friend. My glass is a little sticky now. All right, so that's not rotating as expected. So you are correct there. So let's look at our demo player here. Our rotating transform, right? That's what we're looking at. Rotating transform is this. Aha. So interesting. Okay. And our spawn transform is this. So what would be the right way of doing this? We have our rotating transform and our tilting transform. That's one way of doing it. Or we can get the spawn position in relation to the rotating transform. So what I mean here is the spawn position, I guess, is flat here. But then if we go up, it's the rotation, the angle between this up and that is different. Probably easier and more straightforward to just get a the angled one. So let's add that here. We're gonna perhaps this is the body of the actor, and then we're gonna have tilting transform. Tilts. Perhaps this is the barrel of a gun. And then when we do rotating transform, we also make a property for it for tilting transform, tilting transform. And if it's not there, I'm going to assign it to the transform. And then in our, I forget what script it is, honestly, so I'm just going to click this and look for my debugs. Right here, we're going to get our tilting transform. So the value that doesn't change, I believe, is the first value. Let's confirm that because I can't remember about 5 minutes ago. Yes, so it's the first value that's not changing. So we're going to call this rotating transform Euler angles. I'm going to be very explicit here. And then we're going to also grab the tilting transform Euler angles. Maybe I'll try using Euler now from now on. And tilting. And we're going to have to save that here as well. Tilting transform Euler angles. All right. Apparently, tilting transform. And do a debug on it just to see clear. By the way, if this works, then thanks, Tech Dave. If it doesn't work, still thanks. Ah, yes. Yes, 99. You got 99 usernames, but this ain't one. So now on determining the angle Y, let's use the other one. Yeah, let's just use that and see if that changes anything. Whoops, wrong. Oh, what am I? What? My fingers were off by one row. All right, up. All right, it doesn't appear to be changing anything. We got tilting transform is, oh, you know why? You know why? Because like a goober, I didn't assign it to the barrel. That's why. Oh, no, you know, forward missile. Tech Dave. Now, there is still something going on here, because when I'm flat, it's fine. But then as I go up, it appears to be going, doubling its value, right? So let's go to the 10-ball shooter here. Interesting. Look at that. It looks like the first one's going up. The rest are going down. Or the rest are accurate, rather, I should say. Right? It appears that the rest are accurate, but the first one is somehow doubled. Okay. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. That was me talking to myself. If it doesn't work, you're banned. Well, I mean, it's pretty harsh, but I'll put you in charge of security of the bowl. All right. It's only 7:45. It feels so fucking late. And you know, I woke up today. I woke up, took a shower like a human, and then I had some leftover pizza, and then I took a nap for 2 hours. And I woke up with a headache, went for a walk, drank some coffee, played some Civ, and then did this. Okay, so the reason why is because we've got 2 sections here. It's computing it here, and it's computing it down here. I probably didn't do it right up here. See that? That's why. And we have to cache it as well. This probably can be cleaned up a little bit, right? Like, okay, if I do a method called cache Euler angles and create that method, I can copy these into it and then do that in both here and there. And then I can move this down here. Why is this a var? It's in this. I see, because we're setting it to be the first. Okay, well, we'll keep that cache as a slight smaller bit. Okay. Did that solve it? That was the question that you were asking. That was the question. That seems to have solved it. Okay. Now this was working before. And so I must have changed code, not realized that I broke it. So now let's see if the 10-ball shooter is working. It is. And as I move down, it is. Perfect. Now, if I we can test this out by going to a projectile, our 10-ball shooter, looking at our spawn behavior, 10 shots, and then turning off the option to update angle with spawner rotation. Now it should be weird again. It's not. What does that do? Update angle with spawner rotation. Let's make the angle wide again. Ah, that's what it does. So. Oh, this is just start angle. What am I doing? That was just the start angle. Spread angle is what we're looking for. Oh. It's always going to... Okay, wait a minute. Let me talk this through. Hey, everybody. Let me talk this through. It's always going to start out going forward because the issue is when you move while it's doing it. And the problem here is I made this 0. The delay between projectiles is 0. So we got to make this something different again so we can visualize the issue. So here we are, left to right. And now halfway through, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to turn and have it go to its other thing. But what the heck is this doing then? That's weird. I don't know if this is actually... It's clearly doing something that's wonky because it keeps firing behind the character, which doesn't make any sense. So I wonder if this update angle with spawner rotation is just not even needed. I think the original problem was as I rotated. Yes, all of this. You guys are all ducks. All of you. Did you not know that? That you were all quack quack ducks? With little beaks that go quack 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 quack. So, okay. The original issue was that as I rotated, the spread would not rotate with me, but it appears to be doing it when I have this turned off. It works perfectly fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean it's working exactly as one would expect it to work. That as I go, it's going like, okay. Yeah, so if I turn to the left at the right pace, then I can make it fire forward. So that it seems to be working. Weird that it seems to be not working right when I have it turned off. When I would think that it would be the opposite. Let's see. If true, the projectile spawner rotates. The angle of fire will be updated to match the rotation. I don't think we need this now. So what I'm going to do... And why do I have this up here? I'm not even using it. I think I had combined them and then I didn't combine them. Let me zombie code that for a bit. So I think we might not need this at all. So what we're going to do is put a note here because maybe we do. We're going to say January 13th, 2024. Maybe we don't need update angle with spawner rotation at all. Question mark. 2 question marks. And then this one return current angle as well, and then put the same note. And then this was the old version that probably needed to be updated. Is it just working now? So we had this 0.05 before, and let's just see. Boom, 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 boom. It's going infinite still, but it's working. All right, now let's change this to 0 and say 30 on the Y. And boom, boom, boom. As we go up, it's working. As we go down, it appears to be working. All right. So I guess that means we didn't need that at all. I already have a duck. Can you not see it? It's right here. See? I have a duck. A dragon duck. All right, let's make this not infinite. We'll repeat 3 times again. Go back to the way we had it. It appears to be working. So we can stop there. Oh, my mom texted me. Oh, but she texted all of us. Here's the problem. My mom asked me and my brothers, I presume that none of you 4 want my nativity set. Am I correct? 2 question marks. Or my crucifix? 2 question marks. Now here's the deal. She's 80, but she's not dying. So she's probably going to live for another 10, 15, 20 years. Who knows? Now my brother, one of my brothers said no. He said more than that, but he says no. So I don't know why she's trying to get rid of them now. Why I'm going to ask, are you trying to get rid of them now? So I don't know why she's asking this now, except I know that she's very upset that her kids don't want her things that she'd think we would want, like the inheritances. The inheritances are just stuff. And I like, the only thing I collect is board games. That's the only thing. Everything else is pretty much minimalism here. I've got a sword from when I was 18. I do have some stuffed animals from when I was a baby or little, but it could be the gummies. It is about the time for her to take her gummies. But it's true. I'm not even religious. She was a nun. I was raised Catholic, but then I wasn't. And so I don't want the crucifix. I want the nativity set. Apparently the nativity set was actually hand carved by my grandfather. And that's neat. That's a cool story. But I don't even know the guy. I didn't know my grandfather. He died when I was young. He didn't have legs because he was diabetic, and then he got donuts after cutting off his first leg, and then he got donuts. So, of course, he lost his second leg, and then he died. So I don't remember him. So I don't know why I would want that. I do remember, though, with my brother, always like moving the little nativity pieces around, putting Jesus on the roof, putting the sheep over, and putting the sheep between Mary and Joseph, and having fun. That was fun. My mom didn't like us doing that, but we did it. It was fun. So yeah, but it's a shame because I think, back in the day when there was less stuff and things were more expensive, inheriting furniture or something was like a thing. And maybe some people still like that. Maybe some of you still like that. It doesn't trigger anything for me emotionally. And it just seems like more stuff. And with all my friends, like a lot of our parents, my mom isn't a hoarder. My dad was, but they got rid of their stuff, thankfully. But a lot of parents are hoarders, and all of us kids know that when they do eventually pass, unfortunately, as people do sometimes, that just means you have to deal with all that stuff. And the reality is, no, nobody really wants it. Nobody wants the stuff that we collect. Maybe somebody wants these board games if I were to keel over. My friend would get them. He likes board games, but then he even just donates games he doesn't want to play anymore, where I keep the games I don't want to play anymore. So, I don't know. The flying spaghetti. I did send her that video, and she just said weird. I talked to her about the UFO stuff, and she said, I just don't know. I just don't know. All right, so that was that. It was a whole nothing burger, but we fixed it. Chances are update angle with spawn rotation isn't needed. I have to keep doing that. So I'm going to just make sure that we don't have it anymore. We're just going to comment it out for now. And then we're going to go back to what we were really doing here, which was the spread pattern. Zombie code that. And then there's apparently something else, an error somewhere else here. So, oh, what just happened? What is going on? Okay. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, so the spread pattern, X and Y. So the determine angle X and determine angle Y are fine, but the problem is these are assuming that angle adjustment is left to right. Actually, if really, it's not complicated, right? And are these basically the same thing, but just different things? Maybe, but we're going to keep them separate for now because they might need to be separated. It's going to be a hassle, I know. I've already told my friends, like, if you need help, I got one friend, she's great, but they're from everything, like anything, stuff that